routine
I mean,
for
you
her.
wouldn't be able to get down on the floor like Tim, would you? You wouldn't get back up again.
No, but even if we do at this height,
I'd have to phone Tim to come and fetch me.
even if we do this height, now I'm just checking to see if she looks at me. Good girl. So now she's looked at me. Now while she's young, her attention is no longer than a couple of 3 seconds.
Yeah.
So that look she gives me, I've got to capture it within 3
Yeah.
seconds and then give her the treat. If I give her the treat after say 5 seconds, she won't connect
No,
the
she'll
two
have lost
actions.
concentration.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. So, good girl.
Stay in here, Josh, because you've got to fight. No,
Because I want to walk round, so I need to go over there.
Oh, come around.
Come on, yeah, but just say, excuse me, Tim.
Just let them know when they're taking pictures. Come down this way, Josh. You probably better sit up and open the breakfast bar. You can just watch them.
So the other thing that I'm doing right now is that I'm trying not to put any words. I want her to kind of figure it out for herself. Okay, so now when she's on to me, she gets the treat. So sometimes I want to play up to her own intelligence to say that she's got to figure out what this situation demands. Because if she figures out, oh, treat, 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 and then she looks at me and she gets the treat, there's a better chance that she's understanding and making that choice for herself. So later on when she gets older, you'll hear me talk about, let's play a scenario, control a scenario where the dog has got to figure out the right action for herself, and then we reward. So that way we know it's a much more, it's understood much more because she's made that decision. Yeah, she's had to figure that out, and that's really important because it's not just about, it's about giving the dog the choice to behave in a certain way. So later on when we talk about distance recall and all things, that heavily relies on the fact that the dog is not just used to a routine, but understands that in this situation, when I get called, I make the choice to come back to the owner. That way we know it's a longer probability of it lasting, much more efficient, rather than just because I want you for obedience. Because there'll come a point when the dog will say, I'm not listening to you, I want to do my own thing. There's something else.
But the point is with the 4 of us being here, would it make a difference?
No, we want to do, everybody has to do the same thing.
And
So
what
we
if she
do-
jumped up to grab it?
Don't give it to her. Don't give it to her. The way I hold the treat is I don't have I'll use a longer piece. The way I hold the treat is I don't give the dog the treat like this, because that's going to promote
Yeah,
teeth.
that's what I mean, to jump up and grab it.
So the most important way to do it is to hold it flat, and you can use your fingers like this. So if it's held flat, she has to use her tongue to grip it and then put it into her mouth herself. If I hold it just out of difference when she's finished that, I hold it like this, you see she's using teeth, yeah? And it's the same way for us, you know, if something's there. The only way you're going to get purchase is that way. If it's underneath, she's going to use the tongue more. So when we talk about trying to do actions or training so that we don't encourage, so we don't encourage a bite to use the teeth, then especially in the early days, what we want to do is put it underneath the chin so that she's got to use her tongue more.